We're here in Union Station with the man who brought law and order to the NFL, Justice Seamus McCaffery of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, who rode the rails with us, and is here rather than being glued to a television screen watching his beloved Eagles. Justice McCaffery, thanks for coming down, but this is really history, isn't it?
Todd, not only is it my pleasure and my honor, but I said to my wife on the train ride down, no other place in Pennsylvania, I don't care, and I've been everywhere, Erie, Pittsburgh, Harrisburg, leave it to Scranton, leave it to Lackawanna County, leave it to the people in northeastern Pennsylvania to put together such an incredible concept, put it together, make it happen. This to me just speaks volumes for not just you, Todd, but all of the people from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Pay respect to their Vice President, Joe Biden. And I just think this is a wonderful day for all Scrantonians, all folks from Lackawanna County, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Well, we had a great time being down here with you and your lovely wife, Lise, and can't thank you enough for coming with us. These rail cars are unbelievable, aren't they? I mean,
this is a piece of history. The car behind us is the actual car wherein Robert Kennedy, was transported after his assassination. He actually was laid in a coffin inside this very car where we had an opportunity to sit. This is history. And again, as always, as I said before, leave it to Scranton to get a piece of history to make history.
Well, we can tell our children and our grandchildren, hey, we followed the train that brought the president-elect and the vice president from Philadelphia a day later on the same type of equipment, and we had a great time doing it. And thanks for being with us, Justice.
You got my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Here at the reception in Washington, I've had the opportunity to run into a friend of mine, Judge Jack Panella from the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. Judge, good to see you down here in Washington.
Very good to see you, Jerry. It's a pleasure. Wasn't that a wonderful trip down?
It was fantastic, wasn't it?
It was.
Beautiful cars that we were in. Mm-hmm. Very nice and relaxing trip. You're down here, though, to enjoy the festivities of the inauguration?
Yes, very much so, and I feel like I'm part of history. I will always remember this. With the developments, the way the party put up the fight that it did, the campaign that the president-elect performed. Just like I said, it's incredible to be part of history like this.
It is. Now you're taking on another task
Yes.
in the near future. Now you're a sitting Superior Court judge, but I understand that you want to move up again.
Yes, I've been on the Superior Court for 5 years now, following 12 years on the trial bench, and I did decide to announce for the Pennsylvania Supreme Court.
Well, let's let our people know where you're from, Judge. I know where you're from, but you were a common pleas court judge in Northampton County.
In Northampton County, my office is in Bethlehem, and I was very fortunate to get on the common pleas bench by way of an appointment from Governor Casey. And he appointed me in 1991, and I ran unopposed then in 1993. And at the completion of 12 years in 2003, I was lucky enough to get elected to the Superior Court.
Where you've been doing a really good job.
Thank you very much.
I must tell you that from the lawyer side of it, you're doing a wonderful job. What made you want to go now to take the step up?
Well, basically, it's my dedication to the judiciary and to public service. Supreme Court is a bit different than the other steps, other levels of the court, in that it creates policy and has to address constitutional issues which affect everyone. So it's almost like the other two branches of government, unlike the trial bench and the intermediate appellate court, which only deals with the issues before it and the parties before it.
Right. So what do you think about our new president, and how do you think the judiciary is going to unfold under his guidance?
Oh, I'm looking forward to his first 4 years, and I believe he's going to have some appointments to the Supreme Court, and it's something for all of us to look forward to.
Now, jumping back again into Pennsylvania, because we've been on a fast track here today, no pun intended, but very good luck in the Supreme Court race, and I hope the next time I get to do an interview with you, it will be as Justice Panella instead of Judge Panella.
That sounds good. I like that.
It does sound good, Judge.
Thank
Thanks
you, Jerry.
for stopping by.
Always.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Truth is, we have a lot of input from all quarters into what goes on with this administration and where we take this country. And as one of the members of Congress, I'm very blessed that I'm able to help guide the direction of this nation, and I'm thrilled. But we've got to make good decisions. We've got to make good decisions for everybody, and make sure we make the decisions that are investments in the future. And when we do that, we will do nothing but succeed. Folks, I want you to enjoy yourselves in this town. Have a great time tonight. If you're staying, welcome. Get out early on Tuesday morning because it's going to be an enormous crowd, believe me. But have a great time and just take in and absorb the history of this weekend and Tuesday. Thanks very much, everyone. Well, I'll get around to say hello to everybody. Thanks.
We're here with our congressman from the 10th Congressional District and somebody that all of us are extremely proud of for the great job you're doing for us, Congressman. And there's something really historic going on in Washington. This is not a normal inaugural by any stretch of the imagination. And you're here. Tell us about it.
Well, obviously, no inauguration is ordinary, but this is one that's certainly extraordinary in the scope of everything. Getting the first African-American president elected at a time in our history that is compared to the Great Depression. Going into the Great Depression, we didn't have the kind of hope as a nation that we have today. And we have that hope because of Mr. Obama and the policies that he intends to pursue. And I think what is very telling about the mood of the nation is that 80% or more people think we're going to go in the right direction with Mr. Obama. That's across party lines. That's all walks of life. I think it's very, very important that we support Mr. Obama, and of course, we all will pray for him.
I think it just seems that the partisanship that you saw the first term you were down here may be thawing, and maybe we can all get together. And I think that's what the American people is really craving.
That's exactly right. And in fact, if you followed Mr. Obama's campaign, it was one of moderation. It certainly was, of working across the aisle. The partisanship that we suffered through for not just the last 2 years, but the last decade or more, really has set this country backwards. And hopefully those days are over. Republicans have great ideas and Democrats have great ideas, and when you put them together, you're going to do a lot better than when you fight each other.
We have a stimulus package coming up.
Yes.
And you're poised within a committee assignment, but you're going to be able to do some great things in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Certainly.
Tell me about it.
Well, as you know, I'm on the Transportation Committee, and that's the biggest committee in Congress right now. And what's going on is that we are picking out the programs that the states want to get funded. And that's in addition to, the stimulus is in addition to the ordinary highway funding, which is also being done this year. So, those are the kinds of projects that create enormous amounts of jobs. We have over about 1.2 million unemployed construction workers in this country now. These are the kinds of jobs that will put them back to work.
That's good. Congressman, thanks for everything you do for us.
You bet, Todd. It's a pleasure
Thanks for
seeing
being
you
here.
tonight.